All right, y'all, let's just get straight to it. I'm not here to peddle conspiracy theories. I'm here to talk common sense. And nothing about the Jeffrey Epstein situation makes a lick of it. I know what they're saying, that he died by suicide. That's the official story. But here's what a growing number of Americans believe, from everyday folks to diehard Trump supporters. Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself. And when you start looking at the facts, not the spin, not the talking points, the idea that he was murdered doesn't sound far-fetched. It sounds like the only thing that actually fits. What really grinds my gears is the silence from people who promised transparency. Trump had his followers believing he'd release the Epstein files. He said it loud and proud, like he was going to burn it all down and show us what was hiding in the dark. But now, that same MAGA crowd feels completely betrayed, and I don't blame them one bit. All eyes are on Pam Bondi, Trump's attorney general, and not because she's leading the charge, because she's stonewalling at every turn. People are right to be suspicious. There's mounting pressure on Bondi, and she's responding with evasiveness, excuses, and allegedly outright lies. The deputy attorney general is threatening to resign because he says Bondi is lying to the American people and withholding key evidence. Meanwhile, the Trump team is out here pretending there was never even an Epstein list. Excuse me? So now we're supposed to believe the most notorious predator in modern U.S. history left no paper trail? Let's go over what we do know, thanks to Mark Epstein, Jeffrey's brother. He recently spoke on the Don Lemon Show, and what he shared ought to send chills down your spine. According to Mark, 2 medical examiners concluded the marks on Epstein's neck were more consistent with homicide than suicide. The 3rd examiner, the one who called it a suicide, never even examined the body. That's right. Someone stamped suicide on a death certificate without ever seeing the man's corpse. And we're just supposed to accept that? The original death certificate even stated the death looked like a homicide, but needed further review. Then, poof, that version disappeared. Prisoners on Epstein's tier were suddenly moved the night he died. His body was taken out before a proper investigation could even begin. If this isn't a cover-up, then what is? Mark Epstein is demanding answers from Trump's Justice Department, and he's been met with silence. If Trump has nothing to hide, if he truly wants justice, why not open the files? Why not prove he's on the side of truth? If I were in his position, I'd be the first one declassifying documents and showing the world I had no hand in this mess. But instead, it's silence, stonewalling, and Pam Bondi acting like the whole country is too stupid to notice. Mark also said something else that made my ears perk up. His brother told him he had dirt on Trump. He didn't say what it was, just that it existed. And don't forget, Steve Bannon himself once said that Epstein was the only person Trump was afraid of. That's not me speculating, that's Bannon talking. And here's the kicker. Epstein died just days before a bond hearing. You really think a man like that, with those kinds of connections, was just going to hang it up, literally? No, that doesn't pass the smell test. And I'm telling you, neither does this so-called investigation. If Trump's administration can't be honest about this, it should scare all of us. Not just Democrats, not just independents, but especially the Republicans who believed they were voting for someone who'd finally tell the truth. If we are to be totally upfront and honest about this whole thing, Trump and his team pushed the narrative for years that there was a pizza shop in New York that was operating a child pornography and sex trafficking ring. Trump's followers were fed the nonsense that Bill and Hillary Clinton were involved in it, as well as presidents, Biden, Obama, and any other Democrat they could find to attach their foolishness to. After all, according to Newt Gingrich's little pamphlet, which is the instruction manual for how to manipulate language to make every member of the Democratic Party a poster child of deviant behavior, the MAGA crowd was ripe and ready to jump on the Democrats' support pedophiles train. Trump promised his base that he would release the Epstein files once he was reelected, and the MAGA folks were dripping with arrogance and hatred, because they just knew that Trump would deliver them the goods to take the whole Democratic Party down. This is why so many of them feel so betrayed by Trump. I mean, the hatred was palpable, and the lies never-ending. So now, folks are beginning to find out they were deceived by someone they described as the next coming of Jesus. After all that hype, after so many lies, over so many years, folks are being forced to face the reality that they are not going to ever get what they voted for. They won't be getting the evidence Trump led them to believe he had. The bottom line is, if Trump has the goods, show us. I mean, why not just release the Epstein files as promised and put all of this to rest? That is what someone with nothing to hide would do. Here is the unsettling thing about all of this. If there's nothing to hide, then why is everyone in Trump's orbit acting like there is? We deserve answers, period. Whether you love Trump, hate him, or fall somewhere in between, you deserve to know who Epstein was protecting and why he's dead before he could testify. Because if the truth really sets us free, then a whole lot of people in Washington are working overtime to make sure we stay in the dark. This is Sensible Sue signing off. Keep it sane and sensible out there.